The suburban sprawl seems to know no bounds. And with a new international airport on the way, there's no sign of it slowing down. What was once green hills and farmland is being swallowed by homes at the city's ever-expanding edge. Like thousands of families around the country, the Singhs have moved to the outer suburbs in a quest for space and an affordable home. Austral, nearly 50 kilometres southwest of the CBD, or about an hour's drive, is a suburb in the midst of a transformation.
We wanted to move into the new developed area where all the facilities are available, homeowners are around you, not too far from the city, and you still have a country feeling.
Every part of life here revolves around family, but dreams of suburban bliss haven't been realised.
The advertisements were that the area would be fully done, you will have a school and the local park and you've got footpaths and all that. I haven't seen so far, living almost 3 years in this area.
This area is far from full, but the local public school is at 100% capacity, and a nearby piece of land earmarked for a public high school was recently sold to a private college.
Australia is a big area. There is about 17,350 houses coming in this in the area. Not every family can afford the private schools. Every family members who drop the children into the school going through the same traffic every day.
Ganesh Singh has organised for a local councillor to come and meet his neighbours to hear their concerns.
It is so difficult for me because the road is totally full with a lot of cars, and it's so like irritating and so frustrating in the morning.
Populations on the edges of Australia's cities are booming. Mickleham Euroke in Melbourne's north grew by 33% in the last financial year. Ripley, a master planned community in Ipswich, west of Brisbane, was up by 20%. Munno-Para West Anglevale on Adelaide's northern outskirts grew by almost 7%, while Alkimos Eglinton in Perth's northwest increased 10%. Austral is typical of this. About 3,000 people currently live here. In 20 years' time, it'll be home to almost 70,000.
So you're talking a population here on par with places like Albury, Wagga Wagga, Port Macquarie. And when you look at those regional cities, which is what they are, they're cities, you've got a dozen or so public schools, you've got a university, you've got a TAFE, you've got an extensive public transport network.
Even further from Sydney's CBD, Oran Park is one of the most established master planned suburbs. But more than a decade after the first houses were sold, there's still no train station, despite a population of 12,000. Eventually, these houses will have more neighbours across the street, and that growth will continue for a long time yet. More than 100,000 homes are expected to be built in Greater Western Sydney over the next 5 years. And despite tens of billions of dollars of investment in infrastructure, locals feel the government is still playing catch-up. Researcher Jennifer Kent says consequently, residents are forced to rely on their cars.
What we need to have first, we need public transport infrastructure, we need the schools, we need the shops and services, and we need the green open spaces. Then the people can come.
If it takes you an hour to get out of your new housing estate because the roads are too narrow and the traffic flow isn't fixed, then you don't benefit from that infrastructure play that might be just over the horizon.
At the heart of this thriving region will be the new Western Sydney Airport.
There's no better example of this than the new airport. There are promises it and the surrounding businesses will create up to 200,000 jobs. But for residents like Karen Warsnop, who's enjoyed this place since well before the suburbs were built, the airport development looming just over the horizon is threatening a way of life.
It's difficult living here knowing that one day we're going to have to move, but not knowing if it's going to be in 5, 10, 20 years' time.
From those who've lived here for decades to others who are brand new, all they want is a comfortable and happy life for their families. Delivering that isn't just about throwing money at infrastructure, it's getting the timing right. Kathleen Calderwood, ABC News, Sydney.